Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Lori. So I want to talk to you about people and change, including you. Remember that people are not going to change, nor should they, just because you want them to, right? You cannot inflict your own autobiography, the situations that you've gone through, on someone else to prevent their journey, right? Because even though you may not have liked your experience and the journey may have been a little sucky, it's still been your journey. That's where you learn your tools. And if someone comes to you and they say, hey, I really need some help. Like, I really need some guidance here. And I need da 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 da. Fine, be there. Absolutely be there. Dot those I's, cross those T's. You don't, however, try to make them change because you see this train wreck going into a dumpster fire. Hard pass. This is your ego. When you can't stay in your lane and you keep trying to give advice when people don't want it, then you are living in your ego. You can want them to be different. You can see for them to be different, but it isn't for you to determine when that is. It's not. And again, you are trying to play with somebody's journey, right? Because somebody has to learn the failures, the mistakes. That's where we grow. So now this comes into play for you as well. Just because somebody doesn't like what you're doing, or maybe you're not fitting their narrative, people pleasers, this is definitely for you. You don't change to fit into somebody else's narrative. Whatever story that they have written for you, let them have that story. It's not for you to change nor redirect that story. This is your story to carry. This is your flow. This isn't their flow. That doesn't mean that they have to like it. So don't change to fit into somebody else's narrative to make them more comfortable with who you are. Vice versa. So you don't expect people, just because you don't like what's happening, you don't get to say, you need to do this, you need to do that. I tell you guys, my content is here for whoever is drawn to it, whatever is when people want a certain level of direction, that's what I'm here for. If somebody doesn't want to take it or they're not in that space, that's okay. I don't need to force it upon anyone, and because I don't live in my ego like that. And so you have to understand that people don't have to go to AA because you want them to go to AA. They don't have to clean their act up because it makes you feel good, even though you think it's in their best interest. You're allowed to be there, and you should be there when somebody says to you, hey, can I bend your ear a little bit? I have some things I want to deal with you. Things I want to talk to you about. And I really want some feedback. Absolutely. Be there, hear, listen. Don't incorporate your experience. Don't be like, well, listen. Now, that being said, I do a lot of things based in my experience to let you know, hey, listen, this is my experience, and this is why I can help you through your experience. I'm not going to say your experience has to be just like mine, right? So always remember that when you're trying to get someone to change, unless they want to change, they're not gonna. And here's the caveat to that. Let's say somebody does change. Let's say somebody does, they see how stressed you are, how uncomfortable you are. And they see that, oh my gosh, if I change, this person could be happy. So now they go ahead and they go to therapy, they make changes, they do all of those things for you. At some point or another, they will hold resentment towards you. Or they'll be like, don't you see what I did for you? You see, I changed for you. So now you're weaponizing, or they're or you, if you've changed for somebody, you're now weaponizing the fact that you changed. Okay, you change because you want to change, and you change with no expectation. In my life, I hold no expectations onto anything or anyone. Not in a negative space like, oh, if you don't expect anything, you won't get hurt. That's not what I mean. I don't expect anything because I don't attach that to the outcome. I go through the journey, because if you attach something or an expectation to an outcome and it's already not going down that path that you feel like it should, you're going to stop. You're not going to grow. So you got to be careful of expecting people to change. You cannot change the people around you, but you can change the people around you. You're like, wait, what? Yes, you can change the role in which they play. That is within your power. And just because you think, well, I want this person, and if they would just change, couldn't they see this? That's codependency. Okay? So remember, humans aren't on this planet to be your life raft. They're not on this planet to complete you. You are the cake. You are the eggs, the sugar, the flour, the baking soda, the butter. You're everything, the vanilla. Okay? You're in that. That's who you are. They are the icing. You can eat a cake without icing. Yeah, it might taste better. It might look prettier. And sometimes you can have a cake without the icing, tastes even better. So stop giving all of the ingredients to your cake to all of these other people. My boyfriend's got my eggs. My mom's got my flour. Why? Why are you doing that? You're giving away your power and you're not protecting your peace. So you don't change, right? You don't, compromise is different. Like if you're like, wow, you know, I really want to grow here. And somebody goes, yeah, I want to grow with you. Beautiful. That's how we know that we're in a great space. But the whole, you need to do this for me and this needs to happen and don't you see, and trying to change their trajectory, hard pass. That's when you got to stay in your lane. So just remember that no one changes unless they truly want to. You don't want people to change for you, because in the long run, it's not going to be enough for you and it's not going to be enough for them.